public affairs we don't hear anywhere else. It's not mainstream, and that's how we like it. Please support community radio and join KPFT. Call 713-526-5738 now and pledge your support. My name is Jane, and I'm a listener member of KPFT Houston.
Hey everybody, this is Hayes Carl, and you're listening to KPFT Houston.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
Daddy, I'm coming to see you. Visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving high school. He's out there blocking for JV. And I'm sure he's gonna come around by the time you give a least. Friday night, the inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
Dreams, I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This ain't my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's Prison Radio. Prison Radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, August the 16th, and I'm sure you have gathered what it's time for. Yes, it's Pledge Drive. Yep, Pledge Drive. I think it's the Summer Sizzler. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, well, it's definitely summer and it's sizzling.
It is. We had a very short discussion upon arrival about swamp ass. So I'm sure people are familiar with that term, especially those without air conditioner in the prisons there. Yep. So anyway.
Yeah, metal seat gets awful hot.
Yeah, well, even a cloth seat gets hot.
Yeah, but in the prison they got those metal benches.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about your motorcycle. I was like...
Well, that leather seat,
yeah,
I mean,
like,
it just...
metal?
The sweat does not dissipate off the leather seat.
So anyway, if you wondered what we were talking about before the show, that's what it was. Swamp ass. So, again, we are starting Pledge Drive. So you're going to hear our lovely voices periodically during the show telling you how to donate. And how do you donate? You donate by calling 713-526-5738, option number 1, or you can go to kpft.org and go to the donate button. Of course, as you know, you have to scroll down to the prison show. Oh, and if you call that number, make sure you tell the operator it's the prison show or the prison show, however you want to pronounce that. So, we're going to get to have fun with those donations this time. And I know that, let's see, Robin sent out some good information. The memory bricks are going to still be available this year, and that's for $25 or $50 a month. The smaller one's $25, obviously. The bigger one is $50. And then for $20 pledge, or $240 a year, $20 a month, you can get the Caroline Street coffee mug combo, or coffee combo, which includes the mug and coffee. So, we've got
we've got our anonymous donor, right? That's doing the $50 pledge for every sustainer that we get.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, on the prison show advertisement, I put it out there. And also, what I didn't put out there is they've got these tickets. Have you seen the tickets?
I have not.
So I was blessed. Dee Dee and I were blessed the last, I guess it was the last pledge drive or the one before that. One of our prison show gang members made a donation and didn't want the ticket, so Robin left them at the door over at the Do-Si-Do for Dee Dee and I to pick up. And we went to go see Mike Zito and have dinner, and it was pretty good. We had a blast. But I don't know, they got different tickets. You can look on there, and they're all different amounts. I'll send you the link. I think I sent you an email this morning.
You did.
Or something.
You did. You sent me the the Do-Si-Do Big Barn dinner and a show. That's in the Woodlands.
Yep, there's a bunch of different tickets, but I think the Do-Si-Do is where it's happening at.
Yes. Oh, the Gatlin brothers are going to be there.
Woo-hoo. See, they got some good gigs, don't they? But that Mike Zito, he plays like blues, and he was really good. So, but I mean, then they're really, it's like 2 pair of tickets. Has Dani got his music going?
Yeah, Dani.
I'm trying to stop it.
He's trying to stop it. He doesn't.
He forgets he's in the studio.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get 2 pair of tickets, and it's like a $240 donation plus dinner. So all 4 people would have dinner, and then of course you get the show for like $240 donation. So that's just one set. I mean, you can pick them out.
Yeah, there's I'm looking at the tickets. House of Blues, Heights Theater. They've got a whole
bunch of them. Really good shows too.
Yeah, and of course the KPFT Summer Sale Blues Cruise. That is tickets are $150 or a pair for $275. So.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is if you become a stainer even in the $20 level, is we'll automatically get a $50 donation. So your $20 donation will be a $70 donation. So it's a great way to help us out.
It is a great way. Now, because you're going to hear about this periodically through the show, just FYI. But tonight on the show, David's lined up a great show, as usual. Dr. Terri LeClercq, she is the retired English professor, queen of the Prison Show Book Club, and author of Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write, as well as 4 other books. Dani Sneed, the Encourager, the Prison Show veteran reporter, he's in the studio. Chivas Watson in Mass Incarceration, Houston and Working Group 512, he's going to be calling in, as well as Abe Bonowitz, the co-director founder at Death Penalty Action. He'll be calling in too. So we have a great show. And without further ado, we have Miss Terri.
You got sweat ass.
What'd she call it?
Did I understand that correctly?
Swamp ass.
Swamp ass.
Swamp ass.
Yes. It's very popular in Louisiana, that term. Yeah. Swamp ass.
I see. Not really. Oh, gosh. I'm so glad you can have a good time and share some laughter, because when I have been in the units, there's not a whole lot of laughter going on. And I think that we all miss that, don't we? on a day-to-day basis if we don't hear and share laughter.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember the statistic. I'm really bad on this one. I read that a child laughs like 100 times a day, and that adults laugh like 2. We just stop laughing, and it hurts. It ends up kind of dampening us. So just listening to you guys was so cheerful to me. Thank you for doing that. I can tell you guys get along pretty well.
Yeah, we have fun here.
Sometimes,
yeah, don't we?
Sometimes we're like brother and sister. We get on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
And I saw some really nice pictures of you, Dani, on Facebook today, where you were inside death row.
Oh, yes.
I think that's where you were.
Well, one picture was death row visitation, and one was at another unit.
Well, it was really nice to see you there. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. The University of Texas School of Law, which is where I retired, has been literally closed, locked up for some time, so I haven't been able to get my mail. And when I finally got inside of it, they've changed the lock on how you get into your mail room. I don't know if they did that on purpose for me, but I don't think so. But anyway, I couldn't even get the mail. So I will get the mail, and in 6 weeks when I come back, I will respond to some of that. But today I want to tell you about a letter that I have gotten from an anonymous reader. He says this: it takes from 3:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. for the medical transport to reach UTMB in Galveston. That's about 6 to 7 hours. Then after being seen for about 20 minutes by a provider, we leave at 6:30 p.m. and arrive back at the unit at about midnight or 1 a.m. That's crazy.
Yes, we've heard that from several people. It's sad.
Yeah. We need to be able to convince the in-unit medical staff that we have medical problems, and the medical problems are not going to be helped by spending 12 to 14 hours bouncing back and forth and hogtied in vans going back and forth. I know that there's some slackers, but for the most part, by the time you have convinced your unit medical that you need help, you need help. And it's ridiculous to go in the other direction. After surgery, it's even worse. No special accommodation for new wounds or fresh stitches. I had letters a year and 2 ago from some women, and they were horrified. They were a medical chain. Coming back, they were with women in the van who had had hysterectomies, and they were not being cared for. They were chained. They were bouncing around. They had nothing. It was so pagan and ritualistic, and I just felt, just reading it just made me so incredibly sad to go and get a hysterectomy and then have to sit up 6 to 8 hours bouncing your way back to the transit unit and then off to another unit. Just horrible. So let's call out these UTD officials to make meaningful changes in the humans under their care. And this anonymous reader suggested these people: Tim Fitzpatrick, who's Director of Classification and Records, and Mary Minshew, who's a nurse manager at UTMB, and Daniel Welch, Program Specialist 3. They need to hear from us. If you want to reach these officials, make sure you've done your homework first. Make sure that you, from the inside, or encourage a person on the inside to file a Step 1 15 days after that miserable treatment and transport. Decide what the reader official can do about the problem. They can't invent posh buses for all transport. Sorry about that, guys, or have private vans, but surely they could do something. But be specific. What days with the transport? How did the guards and the drivers and the overseers react to any of your complaints? Name those individuals if you can. And then write carefully if you're writing to the officials directly or if you're trying it to go through Step 1 and 2. Seriously, do not send in a Step 1 that no one can read. I sat up there in the grievance office at TDC watching them try to read step twos. What a headache. I don't know how anybody could read that hand scratch all day long and feel good about step two and say, oh, okay, I'll look into it. It makes me, I was just reading, it just made me want to cry or get angry and throw them away. So be careful. Don't send a step one again before 7 days unless there's a life or death problem in the transport, which there can be, right? So you don't have to wait 9 days if there is something like that. And don't be a frequent flyer about the problem. Tell them what the problem is. But for goodness sakes, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Oh, this is so horrible. Yep. The first time they may listen to you and say, oh, darn, the sky is falling. But after that, they kind of put it into the falling sky category and quit listening to you. So, don't be a frequent flyer on that. The drama might work once. Then keep your original step one, or if you're calling or if you're writing, keep the originals to that too. On the front, you might write copy one. They actually kind of notice if this is copy one because it means that somebody other than just the person reading it is going to see it. And then send an outside copy. Send it to your loved one, to a lawyer that you can trust or whatever. If officials don't respond to your request for improved transport, file a step two with your details, but highlight the officials you hope will read it, because the step two people sitting up there where I was are not these people that we've just mentioned. So they would be the ones contacting those people. Now remember, a rule is a rule is a rule, and breaking the rules is what got you where you are to begin with. So don't waste time arguing about the rules. Don't say, oh, it's horrible to wake up at 3:30. Well, guess what? You have to be waked up at 3:30. However, there's no TDC rule that says transport must be as uncomfortable as possible. I mean, they might think that, right? But there's no rule on it. And there's not a rule that says inmates should be in worse shape after their voyage than they were before they started, right? So those aren't rules, but follow the other rules. You and your loved ones might check out a short, snappy guide to grievances. Dani just mentioned it. My book, Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write, actually has a page or two on medical grievances. I don't have anything on transport because every place is something different. In theory, that book, Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write, is in every unit library. In reality, it's inexpensive on Amazon, and you can get it. Okay, real quickly, an interesting contrast to TDC. In New York, they have appropriated $7.5 billion for a pilot program that helps newly released and people on the street. It will cover rent, cooking utensils, non-medical transportation. Imagine how that's going to help change the desperate lives of people who have prison records and can't even get a start. Isn't that amazing? I don't know where the Texas money goes. I guess down to the border, so that Greg Abbott can roll around and talk about how he's saving us all from sin or whatever. I don't know. But it doesn't seem to be going to transport.
I'm sorry, Terry. We have to close it, but do you have an address?
Yes.
If she can get in to get her mail.
Terri, LeClercq, LeClercq. My address is School of Law, 727 East 26th Street, Boston, 78751. Now, okay, guys, Jack and I are really hoping that God will bless you. You keep your chin up, your head down. Summer ends every year, whether you believe it or not, it will end. And I hope to hear from you. I hope that your transport to wherever is more comfortable. Thank you guys for letting me chat.
Thank you, Terry. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. And a great big thank you to Abe. Abe, thank you for the donation. We appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. And I guess David wants to pitch.
I can pitch a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't like this as much as you don't like this. We're just going to be straight up with you. But it's necessary. I mean, how else can we pay the bills? And the more you donate right up front, the less we have to do this. So if we get our goal, And next week we won't do this. It'd be nice if we didn't have to do this. But anyway.
Yes.
Look, if you've benefited from the prison show at all, I mean, then I don't know. I say this every time because Ray always said it. Look, you don't have to donate. We're not going to require it. We want you to tune in. We want you to call in. We want you to do the shout-outs. But it's kind of like reading a magazine. You can go to the drugstore and you can read your magazine, and you don't have to buy it. You don't have to pay for it. You just stand there and read it. That's cool. But you really ought to get a subscription. And that way you can take it home. You can make it yours. You can read it whenever you want to. It doesn't matter, at your leisure. And that's what KPFT is. We're for you at your leisure. You can listen to us tonight. You can make your shout-outs tonight. You can go ahead and log in tomorrow and listen to it. We're on Facebook and on YouTube. We're on all your podcasts. We're fixing to be on the tablets. I know we're biding our time, and we keep saying that every week, but I read another article that came out yesterday, and they've got new operating platforms and things for the tablets. They're making a lot of changes, and one of the changes they're making is there's going to be a whole nother program where there's going to be third-party and educational programs. More educational programs, and so we're going to be on that part. But look, if you call 713-526-5738 and make a donation, it doesn't matter if it's $20 or $5 or $10, whatever you can afford, we'd really appreciate it. But we're under the T's for the prison show. And remember, we do have an anonymous donor that said that if you become a sustainer at least the $20 level, he or she will make a $50 donation for each new sustainer that we get. How's that?
That was marvelous. 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 And now we have Mr. Dani Sneed, the Encourager. Pull your mic down. There we go.
Well, thank you, Dana, for inviting me in. Thank you to David. Thank you to the prison show for creating an amazing environment for a person that has the lived experience of being in prison. This platform is an awesome opportunity for us to speak directly to the men and women that are behind the prison walls. Also, we have the family members checking in. And again, guys, I'm going to piggyback on about what David said. I can say this because I have actually went in my pocket and actually donated to the show, especially when they did the $100 match, $100 promotion. They did the last time we did that. I like that because David said he would match $100, and I think I donated out of spite just to make sure he had to donate $100.
You want to try it again?
He's like, I don't know about
I got a $100 bill.
Well, you opened that door, Dani.
Well, again, it's important to support a great platform. Again, nothing's running on free. Everything has a cost attached to it. And David won't tell you, but he does this without getting a check. Imagine that. So he's here donating his time to give back and to keep something that Ray built going. Someone needs to come in and have the courage to step up and not be afraid to tackle the tough issue of mass incarceration. I myself am a U.S. Army veteran. Went in the military out of high school. I served from 1982 to 1988. Basic training, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. AIT, which is where you get your vocational training, was Fort Benjamin Harris, Indiana. I was a 71 Delta legal clerk. I went to Presidio, San Francisco with my first duty station. My second duty station was Fort Lewis, Washington. My third duty station, they sent me overseas. I was stationed in Korea at Camp House, 1st 31st Mechanized Infantry. Had the opportunity to go out on parole at the DMZ. I wanted to, that was my closest encounter to what real combat and real live duty is. I came back home. I was at Fort Hood. I may have been some other places like Fort Benjamin Harris. I said that one. North Carolina, Fort Bragg. But you gotta skip around and go to a lot of different places. And I think as the older I get, some of the places I get kind of like faded in the background. But I never forget some of the main places I was stationed. And when I got out, I came back with expectations that they was gonna have a parade for me, and everybody was gonna welcome me back, and ticker tape was gonna be falling down, and they was gonna march me up on the platform and thank me for my service, and tell me, man, you know what? If you're looking for a job, man, wherever you apply, they're gonna hire you because you're an honorable discharge veteran. Well, that unrealistic expectation that I had was just very unrealistic, because I didn't come home to a ticker tape parade, and I didn't come home to a lot of job opportunities. The first thing I did is I said, I'm going to work for the post office. I was thinking, I don't know why I wanted to work for the post office. I think because I thought they made a lot of money. But I applied for the post office, and they didn't hire me. And I got in my feelings. And when I got in my feelings, I didn't go to the VA. I went to my homeboy, Ray Ray.
Every time you say that.
And Ray wasn't a doctor, but he prescribed me. You know what I'm saying? He said, look, Dani, you take this little sack right here, and you go home, and you're going to feel better. And, you know, so I medicated my feelings. And I didn't go to the VA and talk to anybody, because when you get out, they give you brochures when you get out the military.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of them.
Right. And so they give you these brochures. And you know, when you're getting out and you discharge and they give you all those brochures, it's kind of like the brochures the doctor give you at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
File 13.
Yeah. Or they sit in your car and they...
Yeah, because I'm discharging. And so I open up my suitcase and throw them in there. And I never reach back and get them. I do remember this, that they told me when I get out, that I get unemployment for 6 months.
That you remember.
So I do remember I went to the unemployment office right away. So when I got out, and with these expectations that all these opportunities are going to be open to me, it didn't happen. Let me move forward because I don't have a lot of time. Guess what? When I got out of prison, I had the same expectations. Ticker tape parade. Yeah, because I done did it. Man, I served my time. I got out. Y'all proud of me? You know what I'm saying? Family, friends, classmates. Hey, society. Good job, Dani. You served your time. We're proud of you. Now that you serve your time, you're a returning citizen. We're going to treat you like nothing ever's happened. You're going to start over from scratch because you served your time. That was an unrealistic expectation. So when I went to apply for jobs, I'm thinking that, hey, you know, I'm out now, I'm fresh, I'm clean and sober, I'm applying for jobs, I'm hoping for opportunities. Those denials came. So the first time those denials came, you know what? I'm not going to go to the VA. I'm going to go back to Ray Ray.
About to say, does Ray Ray come into this again?
Man, Ray Ray is always available. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody there to sell you drugs. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, drugs work. And I was thinking about this today, like, man, drugs get a bad rap. They only doing what they supposed to do when you take them. The only thing about it is the side effects. You break out in handcuffs.
Yeah, you break out in handcuffs.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's true.
Right. So you got to read the label on drugs because it got some side effects. You can go to prison. You can lose all your stuff. I told someone, man, I lost so much weight using drugs that my underwear was a pair of socks.
Lord.
They didn't tell me that. And that's because my drug of choice was crack cocaine. And I was also thinking about this on the way when I was talking to my brothers and sisters that are in behind prison wall that may be a veteran. I told you what happened to me about going to jail, going to prison, getting out. But let me tell you how what happened got better. Once I made a 100% commitment to sobriety. The third time I got out of prison in 2008. It's 2000 and what now? 24, right?
Yeah, 2020.
That decision and commitment I made to sobriety has allowed me not to return back to prison the fourth time. Now, there's a lot of job opportunities out here for veterans that's getting out. There's housing. There's employment.
Now there is, yeah.
So here in Texas, especially in Houston, but I have yet seen any evidence that jobs, housing, has stopped people from returning back to jail and prison. But what I have seen is the people that I'm around, those that chose to 100% commit to sobriety and change of lifestyle, regardless of where they worked or where they live, they didn't return back to jail and prison. So I challenge anyone that's listening to the sound of my voice, and if you're a veteran, and if you're not a veteran and you're listening, make 100% commitment while you're there to face the challenges of substance abuse, whether it's drugs or alcohol. And I guarantee you everything else will work out. It will work out because my stance in prison was, I don't want to get out of prison. I want to stay out of prison. Because if you're there now, you know what's worse than being there? If you can hear my voice, visualize this. You're there now. You've already adjusted to the lifestyle of prison. What's worse than being in prison is paroling, getting out, gaining the confidence and trust of all the people that you love, only to return back to drugs and alcohol and end up back in prison. So think about it. You think it's bad now? Get out and have to face going back again. That would be even worse. So make the hard part the best part while you're there. If it's hard, that's what keeps me from not wanting to go back, because I know it's hot down there. So I don't forget how hot it is down there. So that challenges the choice and decisions I make while I'm out here. Because I think about, okay, you trip out if you want to and think it's a good idea to go back to that old way of thinking. Remember how hot it is down there in GDC. Remember them lockdowns, shakedowns, trying to make store, getting down there and they out of cookies of the week. Yeah. Buying ice cream and then melt before you get back to the pod. You buy your buddies nuts of you and nuts of buddy, and you get back and they gotta drink them because they melt before you get back.
That's the issue right now.
So guys, I love you, man. It's hope on the other side.
What's an address where they can write you?
So Dani Sneed, write me at 4640 Main Street, Houston, Texas, 77002. And write me and say you're 100% committed to recovery. And when you touch down in Houston, I'll be 100% behind supporting you in anything you need as a veteran to connect to these resources that are readily available here in Harris County. And as we say at St. John's downtown, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you, Dani. We appreciate you being here. And I know David wants to pitch because we're gonna
do it real quick because we actually ran a little bit of overtime.
Okay.
Thank you for the extra time, David.
Yeah, you're welcome. You were on a roll. I hated to stop you, but I had to. But anyway, look, you guys, I noticed there's a lot of callers that are on the video tonight, and somebody's already called Miss Linda asking her how to do it. You guys, if this is your first time to hear us, now's a good time to make at least a $10 donation. And, you know, I was looking over here. We got a donation at $3 a month. Man, if that's what you can afford, if you can afford a cup of coffee, you're going to go out once a month and live it up and have a cup of coffee, well, think about us. I mean, that's cool. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if you got $5, $10, $15. The more donations we have, the more it shows KPFT that y'all are listening. The more money we get, then the less we have to pitch. That's all. We have to make a certain amount. That's what our goal is, to pay our bills, to have the show on the air. And just call 713-526-5738. Or you can log on to www.kpft.org. Go to the red donate button and then scroll down to The Prison Show and then make your donation in any amount. Thank you so much for all the donations that you already made.
And remember to hit option number 1 when you call that number and tell them The Prison Show. All right. Now we have Chivas with In Mass Incarceration Houston and Working Group 512. How you doing?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Peace, peace, power. This is our hour. Greetings to all of you from around the world. Thank you for tuning in tonight from wherever you are. No matter if you're in SEG, listening from the tablet, somewhere in the transport van, and hearing KPFT 90.1 FM from the back seat. We're happy to be in community with you. I'm Chivas Watson, your In Mass Incarceration Houston reporter and executive director of Austin-based service agency Working Group 512. Guess what, Miss Dani? I'm live here in Motown tonight, Detroit Rock City, the Motor City, tonight. And look here, from Michigan to the McConnell unit, from Detroit to the Darrington unit, from Wayne County, Michigan to the Wynn unit. Brothers, please hear me. Please, stop the violence inside. Stop the fights. Stop choosing harm instead of healing, brothers. I know it's hot. I know it's hot. John Whitmire, are you listening? Have you heard about all the deaths that's happening at the Conley unit? All the deaths happening at the McConnell unit? Do you feel any guilt for denying AC, John Whitmire? I'm not going to talk to him anymore, though. Brothers, please, please hear me. Oppression drives even a wild man mad, the scriptures say. And I certainly understand the hot anger, brothers. But that anger does not match the sadness and tears of mothers, sisters, aunts, wives who call me and tell me how scared they are for you. Hold on, brothers, hold on. These guards want you to damage each other. These guards want you to kill each other. They want you to tear each other down so that when they get back on the road, they laugh and they put up posts on the TDCJ website and make fun of y'all. Brothers, if you listen to me in the past and you said, man, that brother's cool, that brother's got something to say, I'm telling this to you. Share it with a neighbor. Stop the violence. We want you to come home. You just heard Brother Dani. You just heard Miss Terri. We want you to come home. We do not want you in a body bag. When you die in TDCJ, we lose you. We never really find out what happened to you. Please, brothers, it's better if you're organized. It's better if you're mobilized and you show those guards that you're not breakable. Turn that pain into purpose. Stand together as men and for our women in the units and make those guards see that you will not bend, that you will not destroy each other. Please, please. I've gotten 3 calls today about a riot at the Garza unit where a guy's face was completely ripped open. And the other brothers inside could only see his teeth on his face. You think I'm lying? You better know something. You better know I don't get on the radio and lie. Brothers, please, hear me. Stop the violence. It will only come back to you on the outside. You will be provoked. You will be pressed. And it will lead you right back on the pipeline of TDCJ. Brothers, please. We want you home. We want you to make parole. For those of you who have the long stays, be an example. Be an example. We've gotten much more done with the hunger strikes. We've gotten much more done when you stand together. Brothers, again, stop the violence. Miss Dani, it's been a busy past month. It's been a busy past month. We had a successful 85 to stay alive, not 85 to survive, but 85 to stay alive event in Houston last month. Some of y'all, I didn't see y'all there, but we made one heck of an impact. Everybody who came through the mock sale said, dang, we can't believe the brothers are living like this. We can't believe that the Lane Murray unit is like this for the women. We can't believe it. But what will it take for you to get involved, our listeners? What will it take for you? If I'm speaking to the brothers on one side, I'm speaking to you now on the other side. What will it take for you to get involved with the issues that affects all of our loved ones inside, just about? There is a federal lawsuit going on, and we need you to support the 85 to Stay Alive campaign so that we can impress upon the Texas state legislature, so we can impress upon Brian Colley or whoever his replacement will be, to install and regulate the AC between 65 and 85 degrees. We want to amplify Greenhouse International Church in the Greens Point neighborhood of Houston for standing with us. Dani Sneed, you were absolutely right, brother. When a brother can come home and get a job and get some clothes and get some support, man, he's not trying to return back to the county and get back to prison. You know what I'm saying? And we just organized a citywide job fair in San Antonio, because I know we have a lot of listeners from Bexar County, a lot of listeners in the San Antonio region. And I would love for you to stay tapped in with us. We had the citywide hiring event yesterday at the Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church in San Antonio, where we had great job opportunities connecting with local employers. If Dani says to get in touch with him when you get home so you can get his support, I'm going to echo that and say get in touch with me. We just left Abilene yesterday, where we were there all day, distributing free tablets and free cell phones and even unlocked SIM cards to individuals who had just got out of prison. You do need to have benefits, but guess what? When you get home, you can get emergency SNAP, and I can get you a free phone. And that's statewide, no matter if you're in Hearn, no matter if you're in Mahia, no matter if you're in Galveston. I've got $250,000 in men's clothes in Austin. If you need something to wear, I want to help you shop, brother. I want to help you shop when you get home. Again, brothers, stop the violence. Come home to us. Come home in one piece. Come home in one piece.
Hey, Chivas, can you give us your address so they can write to you?
Please write to us. Write to us in Austin at 6935 Carisbrook. That's Carisbrooke Lane, Austin, Texas, 78754. Ms. Dani, Garza West this month alone has had 6 to 7 riots. McConnell had one yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Brothers, I know the respite isn't coming. I know that the guards are taunting. I know it. But you and me have been there, and we know that they get paid good money to do that. Stand firm and stop the violence. Please, to our listeners, can you donate to the prison show? Can you donate to the prison show and make sure that we're still on air? We work hard to make sure that there's connectivity on the show, that there's mixed messages for our brothers inside, for our sisters far away, for our family members to all hear. Can you please donate for Chivas? If you're listening, in support of me, in support of Working Group 512, can you please donate $10 to the prison show? Like David said, if you're a first-time listener, $10 is a great way to lean into us. If you listen every Friday, put $50 on it. Put $50 on it and it'll go to a great cause. Ms. Dani, I've got one more announcement. We've got Cognitive Justice International in the Texas Federation of the People presenting a peace pop-up tomorrow in Harris County at Sylvester Turner Park at 2800 West Little York Road. This is a peace pop-up hosted by our good friend Damian Walker and our good friend Tangi Smith with those respective organizations. We will be in Dallas soon with the 85 to Stay Alive campaign. We're hoping some of you copycats don't follow us. Again, can you donate to the prison show? Can you donate $10? Can you donate $15? Can you donate $20? Please. I always love the support that we get. especially when I'm on. I love the listens. I love the remarks in the comments, but we can't stay on air if we don't get the donations. Please, David, that was my pitch.
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna go
much.
back to Rock City. I appreciate y'all. Safe travels.
Y'all be careful up there.
All right.
Thank you. All right, now let's go down because he did our pitch.
He hung up pretty quick, too.
But he did do some pitching.
Thank you so much for that pitching. That's a lot of pitching.
Yeah. We have Abe on line 3. Hey, Abe.
Hey, greetings. I'll pitch in short too and just say I've already gone to kpft.org and done my donation. I made it monthly. That's my $3 he was talking about before. And, you know, I donate every once in a while. And I didn't realize it had to be $20 to get the $50 bonus, but $3 a month is what I've got for you. And I encourage anybody who can do 2 or 3 or 1 or 5, do it. And I'm grateful. And I know how that works because Death Penalty Action support only exists because of individuals who support what we do, and that's why anything on public radio also only exists because people chip in. So jumping right into it, wanted to just say greetings, everybody, and I hope you all are finding ways to stay cool inside. I can't even imagine what it must be like, and it's just criminal that they allow the prisons to stay so hot as they are, and yeah. Don't need to say anything more about that. Others have done it, but it's an issue of deep. And anybody that can even think about it and isn't concerned and doing something about it, you know, it's shameful. So call your state legislator if you live in Texas and tell them to do something about the heat. Outside the prison a week ago, Wednesday night, Thursday morning in Utah, when they had their first execution in 14 years, Tabro Honey, a Native American, was executed by lethal injection, and that was the first one in 14 years in Utah. And that, my friends, is the warning shot that we should all have. Actually, we should back up to February when they tried to execute Thomas Creech in Idaho. Would have been that state's first execution in over a decade. Another thing that we're watching in South Carolina, just a couple of weeks ago, the state Supreme Court finally ruled to allow and ruled constitutional the methods of executing prisoners using electric chair or firing squad. Plenty of electricity, plenty of bullets, right? But those have now been ruled constitutional, and that's what's been holding things up in South Carolina. So we're going to see first executions in South Carolina in over a decade. We've got the same situation happening in Louisiana. We're going to see soon first executions in Louisiana in over a decade. Indiana, trying to set an execution date, first execution there in over a decade. That's the trend that we're watching. And that's why we all need to be on top of this, not just in Texas, but other states want to try to catch up. And I got to tell you, that we are approaching the most recent execution, Tabron Honey, and just before him, earlier that day in Texas, Arthur Burton. Those were the 1,593rd and 1,594th executions in the United States since 1977, when Utah actually resumed executions after the temporary halt in executions mandated by the U.S. Supreme Court, which struck down all the death penalty laws in 1972. Many states wrote new laws, and they were upheld in 1976, and the first execution was 1977, and now we're up to 1,594, with 1,595 coming soon, the end of this month, in Florida, where a guy named, let's get who's in front of me here, Loran Cole. Now, this is interesting. In Florida, Governor DeSantis, who hadn't had an execution since he pulled out of the presidential race. He was going strong, about one a month for 6 months there while he was running as a candidate for president. He pulled out and he stopped executions. Well, now a month ago, he signed legislation to grant compensation to people who were abused as children in something called the Dozier School, a place for wayward children, if you will. is a very abusive atmosphere, and he signed legislation to grant compensation for people who suffered there. And then last week, or 2 weeks ago now, he signed a death warrant for one of those people from that same school who was so abused that he went and fell through the cracks and committed murder. And now we're going to try to execute him. They're going to execute him in all likelihood on August 29th. That's the next execution coming up. Then we've got Marcellus Williams is scheduled for September 24th. It's going to be a big week, maybe. 2 on the 24th, 2 on the 26th, 1 in Texas among those 4. That's Travis Mullis on the 24th. A shout out to you, Travis, and everybody that loves you. Marcellus Williams in Missouri, though, he's got a hearing next week, which the Attorney General of Missouri did not want to allow. And Marcellus Williams is going to be trying to put his DNA evidence that shows he is not guilty of that crime in front of a court and ask the court to consider that. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because these days the courts don't have to listen to evidence of innocence. So we can see that in how they're treating Melissa Lucio, and how they're treating Rodney Reed, and how they're treating Julius Jones, and how they treated Anthony Sanchez, and how they're treating so many people on death row that are still facing execution. But the next one up, next Wednesday, is a hearing in Missouri, and maybe they'll stop the execution on the 24th of Marcellus Williams in Missouri. Then September 26th, and I put a link to this in the chat or in the comments on the Facebook page. There's a few other links to look at as well. You've got Emmanuel Littlejohn at 10 a.m. Now, good news for Emmanuel is that last week the Oklahoma Board of Pardons and Paroles actually voted for a clemency recommendation for him, and that's why I put the link in there. And you can also, just on the front page of Death Penalty Action, go there, click on the campaign for Emmanuel Littlejohn. You can watch the film that's there on the petition. We got a short 3-minute film. Emmanuel Littlejohn didn't kill anybody. He was present at the Law of Parties case as co-defendant. The witnesses say it was the tall guy, the taller of the two, that fired the shot that killed the store owner. And Emmanuel was present, but he didn't fire the shot. The actual shooter got a life sentence from a different jury. Emmanuel Littlejohn got a death sentence. And the prosecutor in each of those separate trials said that was the guy who did the shooting. And we know that it couldn't have been both. And we know that the witnesses said the other guy did it. So that's why we're asking people to write. We did handwritten notes and phone the Board of Pardons and Paroles in Oklahoma, which happened. They even noted the uptick in people taking action and contacting those officials. And they also talked about the billboards. We've got 10 billboards up in the Oklahoma City area saying, "Save Emmanuel Littlejohn." Before we changed it this week, it said Emmanuel Littlejohn didn't kill anyone. And anyway, in any case, we can stop this execution, and we're asking everybody to help by going to the webpage, deathpenaltyaction.org, click on the campaign, watch the film, read the information, send your note, handwritten if you can, or in the postal mail, or otherwise just go to the Governor Stitt's webpage and fill out the form there, but ask them to be fair and not execute Littlejohn when the actual shooter got a life sentence. And then, of course, the same day, September 26th, Alan Miller in Alabama will be the next person executed using nitrogen suffocation. Nitrogen suffocation, that'll be the second time that's happening. And then we've got another Texas execution on October 1st, Garcia White. October 17th in Texas, Robert Robertson. That's another big case that a lot of people are watching, because if he gets executed, that's another crime that didn't happen. Now everybody involved in that case is saying, wait a minute, there was no crime. This is a shaken baby case. And it's getting a lot of attention, so watch for that. And then Missouri just set another date, Christopher Collins in Missouri on December 3rd. So I mentioned we're up to 1,594 executions. What this means is that we'll be hitting another big round number. I know people are in numbers, but there's more attention when this happens. We'll be hitting somewhere in probably the 1,600th execution. So that's all coming down. I want to give another shout out to Melissa Lucio. We're all waiting for you to come home. We know you're innocent. We know the court's going to rule in your favor. It's just a matter of time. It's outrageous that you were not freed in 2022. But we're waiting. You're coming home. I want to give a shout out to Glenn Simmons in Oklahoma, who was exonerated over a year ago and freed 48 years, did a couple of those years on death row in Oklahoma. He just got a $7 million settlement and more on the way, hopefully. So excited about that and grateful. I've been listening, changing subject again. I've been listening to a podcast called Ear Witness about the case of Taforest Johnson, another person who everybody says this guy's innocent, and yet the courts won't grant relief, and they're going to try to execute him in Alabama. Ear Witness, check out that podcast. And then in line with this innocence talk here is the new research from the Information Center that just is documenting the growing length of time between wrongful convictions and executions. But all of this is to say that there's a lot of things to be paying attention to on this issue. It's not just Texas. There are other states that are clamoring to resume executions and other states that are clamoring to be the most executing states this year. Alabama's on track for that. Oklahoma's on track for that. We're going to see what happens. Missouri, on track for that. So, with all of those things said, there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do to make prison conditions better for everybody. But if you can, go to Death Penalty Action, sign the petitions for each of these cases and get involved. And I want to give a shout out and thanks to everybody, Dani and everybody from the prison show that goes down to Huntsville and is present outside the prison each time there's an execution, and Gloria and all of you from Houston. Thank you. And I encourage people, go to Texas execution protests outside the prison in Huntsville. Be there by 5 p.m. on execution dates, and let's grow that, please, because
Absolutely.
We need more people standing out there to shine the spotlight on it. And do that in other states, too, if you can, if you're listening or if you're paying attention and aware of people in other states that would go to those execution protests. That's what Death Penalty Action is all about, lifting up the visibility and putting into people's hands the tools to take action on this issue. So, again, my time's running up here, and I'm grateful for all that you are doing and the opportunity to share this information with everybody. My address is Death Penalty Action, P.O. Box 89 in Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York 12075. That's P.O. Box 89, Ghent, G-H-E-N-T, New York 12075. And again, go to kpft.org and make your donation to support the show. Any questions?
Absolutely not. You covered a ton, and we appreciate you very much, and thank you so much for the donation.
Of course. And again, grateful for all you are doing. Stay cool down there. Watch out for the swamp bass, and be good, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
That swamp ass is catching on, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
See, I waved that $100 bill around because I'm going to take up Dani's offer. I got a $100 bill for the next $100 bill. So if you donate $100, I'll donate $100. And I know we already got one, so.
Yeah, we appreciate you sharing. And when you said Dani, I was like, Dani didn't say that. I thought you
Dani
meant
Sneed,
Yeah,
the encourager.
I thought you meant me.
So if he's listening, I'm got my $100 bill. I'm flying it in front of the camera. So whoever saw that, you got a $100 bill in your pocket. I know you do. Call 713-526-5738, option number 1, or go to kpft.org.
All right. So, do we have a break song, David, or are we going straight into...
Yeah, we're going to go straight into the ID.
Okay.
If I can find my button. You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
All right. Now we have Kelly on line 2. Hi, Kelly. Kelly? I can hear something in the background. Kelly. You sure that's her name? Okay.
Back on hold, you go to Captain Tom.
Okay. All right, let's go to Captain Tom now. Hey, Captain Tom.
Well, hi, Dani. How are you today?
I am doing splendid. How are you?
Hanging in there. And David, what button did you lose?
I was looking for the clip player button.
Yeah, man.
The P's missing. It just says 1 CLI now.
And don't be playing with no buttons now.
Well, you're not here. I got to play with something.
Oh, God. That sounded bad. David.
I can't believe we said that on the air. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, he did. Sure.
We are in what they call summer cruise. Fun drive, right? Hello?
Is that it? Summer
cruise. Summer cruise, yeah.
Summer Sail Blues Cruise?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Summer cruise, yeah. And that's coming up in, I believe, September with Nuri. But right now you can
September
donate.
28th.
September 28th. Okay. Right now you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738, push option number 1. Or you can text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And we'd love to have your donation for the prison show or any show that favors, your favorite show. You can donate 24 hours a day. That's not going to help. It's not going to be a problem for y'all. But anyway, I wanted to do my shout-outs to Arkansas, Leroy, Adrian Cortez, J.B. Anderson, John Michael Armstrong, Pete Sines, Clarence Lee Bowman. I hope Clarence is doing a lot better. Chris Ryan, Terry Morris, Daniel Valdez, Jamie Lurvano, Stephen Hadaway, Paul Scales, Kerry Leggett, Emmett Dudley, Paul Johnson, Eugene Salazar, Hugh Ridley, Cole White, Shannon Duggett, Chad Brubaker, Thomas Harris, Samuel Harris, Robert Harris, Bobby Joe Harper, Stephen Young, and Zachary Edmond. And once again, don't forget, you can donate 24 hours a day to The Prison Show. I'm Captain Tom, and you'll hear from me live next week right here at KPFT. Good night, y'all.
Good night. Have a great weekend. All right. Kelly. Is Kelly there? Kelly? I don't think she's there, Linda.
You can hear something. It's almost like she's muted. Or she's in the room and got the phone sitting down.
Yeah, maybe on her lap.
And Linda told her that we wasn't going to start calling callers until 10:05. So she might be sitting there waiting on 10:05 to come around.
Oh, okay. She may be. All right, Jackie. Jackie's online.
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, I'm hanging in there. Yeah, I was just calling to get Rodney to read a message at the punch unit. Hey, Rodney, it's Kiki. I just wanted to call in and tell you that I love you and I'm thinking of you. I hope you are doing well. I ended up not going to the resource fair today. James and I went food shopping instead. So I figured I'd call in and say hi, let you know I'm thinking of you and missing you and your voice. I think of you every single day, Rodney, and I wait the day we meet face to face. Always know I am thinking of you and loving you and missing you. Stay strong, Rodney. Keep your head up. I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, Rodney. I'm always thinking of you and loving you. Thank you, everybody. Hope you guys all have a wonderful evening.
You too, Jackie.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye. Okay. Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polonsky. Hey Boo, I hope that you're in good health, spirit, staying safe, and that there's a smile on your handsome face. As for me, yeah, things are okay. I am home. I'm here with Daytona. Daytona is doing good, and so is Buddy. I'm off again for a few days, and yeah, I've no real plans. I'm just gonna chill out, and that's about it. And yeah, go up to Buddy and stay with Daytona. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to write you a JPay. I did get your card, so I want to thank you, and I didn't open it. And yeah, so know that you're in my heart, thoughts and prayers, and that I'm sending you big hugs and kisses. So good night, sweet dreams, stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin. All right. Now we have Manuela.
Hey, hello, good evening. That's my shout out to my beloved husband, Robert Robertson, Polanski Unit, Death Watch. Hey, baby, good evening. I do hope and pray that you feel good and well as possible according to the circumstances. As for me, I'm all right so far. I'm hanging on strong, and I'm good and as well as possible at these times. I want you to know that I'm always thinking about you, baby. I'm back now from work. It's 12:15 at night now, and I was with my colleague Bianca, and we talked about you, and she signed your petition from the Innocence Project, and Witness to Innocent, and all the petitions they work at this time. And she sends very, very, very lovely greetings to you, hugs, encouragements, and blessings. Well, baby, I try my best to stay strong for you, my love. I try to be a normal person in the days and nights, but you give me so much strength, my love, with your messages and everything. And I got your greetings from our friend Linda, and I'm very, very blessed to have you in my life, my love. And I thank God every day again for this wonderful gift He gave to me, and this is you, my husband. I will always love you. I will never stop loving you. You are always on my mind and all of my thoughts, and of course in my heart, baby. There is no space for other things, especially at these times now. I'm looking forward to see you soon, my love. I can't wait to see your smile and look into your very, very sexy blue eyes, to hear your voice. I'm always watch the video to hear your voice. Bianca and I, we hear it together, and she was very angry about everything because you know why. Well, my love, I will go to sleep now, and because tomorrow I have a training at the company, but you are always on my mind. Whatever I do and wherever I go, baby, you are in my mind and in my heart. I love you unconditionally, always, forever and ever and beyond, baby. And how I said, I'm looking so forward to see you soon, my love. Please pray that everything will be well and will go well for you especially and for us. I love you. I need you. I want you. I miss you. And you are the best thing whatever could happen in my life. Good night, my love. Good night. Sweet and pleasant dreams to you. And my love is with you. My thoughts are with you. And I need you to survive, my love. Good night. Good night. I love you, and I love you.
All right. Thank you, Manuela. Now let's see if Kelly's there. Kelly. Well, now I can really hear the background noise. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, I think she forgot about us.
I think she did. Yeah. I wish I knew her last name or who she was calling for. We could make fun of her, point fingers at her. She forgot about us. Okay, let's go down to Roberta. Hi, Roberta.
Hi.
Hi, you're on the air.
Oh, okay. I wanted to say hello to my son, Monty Graham. He's in the Estelle unit. And I want to just tell him that I love him and I miss him. And he'll be home one day. I know that. And I love him with all my heart. And thank you for letting me say something to him.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Well, thank you for calling. You can call back. Call back next week.
Okay, I sure will. I just seen y'all's ad on the Facebook, and, I didn't know you could do this.
Yes, we're here every Friday.
Okay, I sure will then. I appreciate it very much.
All right. Thank you, Roberta. Have a great weekend.
You too, honey, and thank you.
Bye-bye. She's so sweet. All right. Now we have Lydia. Hey, Lydia.
Hey, Dani, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay. How have you been?
Oh, splendid. I've been doing splendid. How about you?
We're good. We're good here in the valley. Super hot, but we're good health. That's what counts.
Absolutely.
And yes, and I just want to tell my son that I sent him a JPay or a message today, and it was 4:00 this afternoon, and they were still an hour away from Lubbock, and I haven't talked to them yet, but I'm sure they're there. Frankie said that I texted him and at about 4:00, and he said they were an hour away and that there had been a lot of construction on the way up there. So I'm sure they got there late. As usual, Tia Early always manages to get to wherever she's going late. I got your message. I'm glad Charlie sent you some pictures and that you heard from him, mijo. Alex is going to have a small party for Bella next Friday, though, on the 23rd. She's just having pizza and cake, and we can swim. But that's till next week. My car's in the shop, and they're going to see if they can fix it. I think some of the valves or one of the valves isn't working. That's the come I got 19 miles to a gallon when we went to Raymondville. Remember I told you, and I usually get like 29 to a gallon. It has something to do with the valves. So we'll see how that goes, and if they can't fix it or if it's too expensive, I guess I'm going to have to look for a vehicle. Meanwhile, I'm driving that huge truck that I don't like to drive, but that's what we have, so I have to drive it. Thank God we have that vehicle, mijo. What else? I was busy today. I was really busy. Started in the morning at 8:30, and I was busy most of the day, mijo. Bueno, give me a buzz tomorrow. Tomorrow's Kathy's birthday. And I wanted to thank the guys that have been praying for Yahaira Salinas. I wanted to tell you, mijo, that she had surgery in one of her eyes, and she's able to see, and that they were going to have another surgery this coming week on the other eye to see if she can recover her sight. So keep lifting her up in prayers, and thank you all that have been praying for her. Okay? I love you, and I miss you, mijo. My saludos to all the guys. You know who you are. And get some rest, puppy. Love you. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Linda, David, and Dani.
Good night, Lydia.
Bye, Miss Lydia.
Good night.
All right. Now we have Mysterious Mike.
Hello, David. I'm in pocket. This is Mysterious Mike doing his shout-outs for the prison show tonight. Shout-out to the guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Lucy and Michelle want me to do a shout-out for Paul. Shout-out for Jovan, Matt, Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Oz. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Keith Money. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Blaine Milan. Special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're doing much better. Shout-out to Raymond Lee Cart. Shout-out to Bill R. Sims. You can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And I hope you all stay cool and still enjoy the summer as well. And now back to the prison show for our captive audience. Adios.
What did he say?
He's in pocket because he left a message on my phone, and it says, sorry I couldn't come to the phone. I must be out of pocket. So he's saying, I'm in pocket. You got to realize that's Mysterious Mike.
This is true.
I wonder what kind of hat he's wearing today.
I don't know. I'm sure he has one, though. Oh, Lord.
I love Mike.
Yes, he's very mysterious.
One day he's got a Daniel Boone hat, and then he's got a stovepipe hat. You never know. I mean, depends on what holiday it is.
It does. It does. It does depend on that. Anyway, so now we have Stacy. think we have Stacy.
This is to my husband, Sporty Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, this is Wifey kissing you our Friday night. Tuck you in. It's umbrella weather out there, and for the next few days, mixed with some thunder and lightning. Mom just came by with some foodie. Yeah, she's well. The girls are behaving. Mimi stays inside, dodging the raindrops. And May, she's been out in it, hiding somewhere. But they both are well. I'm getting ready to ride the bike. Place on some of Kimberly's VP article. Like I told you, I like the unrefined better than the refined, but we'll adhere to her wishes. I placed on the APT that we spoke on last night. Baby, it's that time. I'm yours. Mwah. Remain healthy and safe. Stay focused and tough. Baby, I love you so much. Mwah. Take care of him, sweetheart.
All right. Thank you, Stacy. And we have Leslie on line 1.
Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
girl.
Hi.
Thank
hey,
you.
David.
Hey, Leslie. Where's Sugar Pom Pom?
Sugar Pom Pom had to go to work
Oh.
tomorrow morning. So, yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to say hello, and I'm so grateful for you guys. And I really love this community. I'm just saying.
You're just saying. Well, we love you.
And I love you more, Dani. Darn it. And, I'm doing okay. It's hot. But I did talk to Sugar Pom Pom tonight. And I just wanted to tell him that I love him. And, again, I'm so grateful for both you and David, Miss Dani.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for you. And thank you.
Aw.
Thank you for you and Sugar Pom Pom for that donation. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. All right. Good night, you guys. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is trying to stay cool. Keep your head up. Stay prayerful. And good night. Bye.
Bye, Miss Leslie.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Now, 713-526-5738. What is it again? Option number 1 to donate. Make sure you say The Prison Show. Make sure you put the. Or you can go to our website at kpft.org and scroll to the donate button and then scroll down to The Prison Show. Again, let me get my little email that David sent me earlier from Robin. She, let's see, as we know, the memory bricks are still here. A 4-bay brick is $25 a month for a sustainer pledge. An 8x8 brick is $50 a month for a sustainer. So we have examples of the bricks on the Prison Show's Facebook page. I bought a brick in memory of Billy Wardlow. Linda's bought a couple of bricks, one for Dewey and one for the Death Row Angels. And David has bought a brick for Ray Hill. I think it said Ray Hill on it, right?
Ray Hill, The Prison Show.
The Prison Show. The Prison Show. Yes. So, and of course, we have the anonymous donator who will, what is it, if it's at least, how much, David?
I think pretty much, it's a $20. Any new sustainer donating $20 a month.
Yeah.
So, it's $50. If you do $20 a month, he'll tack on $50. So, that's what, $290 donation.
Yep.
Can't beat that with the stick.
No, you can't.
And I'm still waiting on the $100 bill. I don't see a $100 bill up there yet. somebody donate $100 and I got $100. You're not going to let my lonely little old $100 go in, are you?
All right. And of course, to make a shout out, you would do 713-526-5738. Option number 2 to speak on the air. And Kelly, if you're listening, give us a call back. Give us a call back. All right. Now we have Gloria. Hi, Gloria.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
Well, I am doing good. First, I'm going to let Jason give a shout-out real quick.
Hi. I'm going to give a shout-out to Nanan and Spider. Nanan, I hope to see you soon.
Come on.
And Spider, see you soon.
Okay. I want to give a shout-out to Spider because I haven't heard from you all week, dude. I hope you're okay. That's kind of weird. And so please let me know if everything's all right. And Willie Washington, I'm sure you're back at Polonsky by now. He's been in court, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today for his evidentiary hearing. Oh, my God, his trial judge was such a buffoon. No wonder he was disbarred. He did nothing. And then his attorney for the state habeas had never done a criminal case in his life. So if he doesn't win this evidentiary hearing for ineffective assistance of counsel, then, that'd be pathetic. Anyway, and T, I got to meet your friend Mackenzie. She is super. She was one of the lawyers on the team with investigators and lawyers for Willie Washington's hearing. So I've been talking to her all week. And Big White, I got your message. I got to answer you now, though. And my kids are taking me to, Moody Gardens for the weekend. So I've got to get my bag packed because we're leaving in the morning. Anyway, hello to all the rest of my friends. And I know I owe a lot of people mail, and I will catch up next week. So I guess that's it. Willie's hearing is going to continue, not next week, but the following Monday, the 20, whatever that is. I forgot.
26th, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. But he's got a fantastic team of lawyers and investigators and people from the, let me see, I don't have my notes in front of me, the Dallas Federal Habeas Group and the Dallas Federal Public Defenders. And they are awesome. So hopefully either he will get a new trial or get a commutation. But boy, oh boy, I almost felt sorry for the trial lawyer who had gotten disbarred after he didn't even know what mitigation was. I mean, hello. I don't know where they find these people.
And
anyway,
what year was Willie put on death row?
86, I believe. So he's been there a long time. And he had two really good witnesses that they called today. Both of them were guys that he had grown up with that lived like across the street and stuff, talking about how rough life was in Fifth Ward at the time, which, of course, that part of mitigation was never brought up because the lawyer didn't know what mitigation was. Not to mention that he'd gotten hurt at work with a 50-pound barrel that hit him on the head and caused all kinds of problems. Anyway, bless his heart. But Willie, you should be very proud of your legal team, and I will see you in court a week from Monday. So, and I'm going to go check out the hearing in Beaumont for the lawsuit filed by Mark Robertson and Tony Ford and Ricky Cummings, I forget who all. Apparently, I talked to the lawyer, and apparently on this coming Monday in Beaumont, they're having another hearing because TEC is still trying to get the case, their civil rights lawsuit, dismissed.
Right.
But they've been trying to do that for a year, and it hasn't worked. So anyway, I told the attorney I was going to go down and just meet him in person and check it out Monday. So I guess that's it. I am so upset the Astros just lost by 1 run. Boo-hoo. To the worst team in baseball. That's what really aggravates me. But anyway, hope y'all have a good show.
Well, thank you, Gloria, and you have a good weekend. Have fun in Moody Gardens.
I sure will. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, Captain Tom is calling back. Hey, Captain Tom.
Well, I thought I'd call back and help y'all, do your, promo for the fund drive, if y'all don't mind.
No, go ahead.
If we minded, we'd have hung up on you already.
Yeah.
You know something? Hey, Cowboy Dave? You probably would do that too, wouldn't you?
I got my finger on the button, so you better do a good job pitching.
So I better talk right?
Yeah.
Quit playing with your buttons, David. I told you not to do that.
I thought I was pushing your button, so watch out.
No, you're not pushing my buttons, but already do my shout outs, but I'm doing, one more time. I'm going to do you can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738, option number 1. Or you can text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. And we have very nice gifts for you if you make a donation. You can also, become a sustainer and buy a brick. We have bricks for going for $25 and also for $50. And once again, we're in a summer cruise fund drive. So go ahead and call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and donate to The Prison Show.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you, Captain Tom.
Well, thank you for letting me come back on the air. Okay. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
And whenever Tom was talking about being a sustainer, and I know we talk about it and we act like we know what we're talking about, but what a sustainer is that means that you go ahead and pledge a certain amount of money every month. And you give it, it automatically comes out. Dee Dee and I are doing, I guess we're still doing 25 because we got a brick and I never told them to stop it. And that's another thing that you got to be aware of is they'll continuously take it out and you can be a sustainer forever unless you tell them to stop it. And if you tell them to stop it, of course, they'll stop it. But if you wanted to do like $5 a month, that would be a $60 pledge. We'd actually get credit for the whole thing. So if you wanted to do $25 pledge a month, that's $300 donation. And if you just want to do $1 a day, they end up taking $30.42 a month, which would be a $365 donation. So that's how that works. So, I mean, if you wanted to do get even bigger, a $50 donation would be a $600 donation. So whatever you can afford. I know we all got different amounts of money in our pocket, so whatever you got in your pocket, that's all we want you to do. We don't want you to dig down deep till it hurts or whatever. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. But if you just got $5 a month you want to give to us, we'd really appreciate that. Call 713-526-5738, option number 1 to donate, or option number 2 to make a shout out. And we do have some open lines, so please call us and make your shout out.
All right. Now we have Darlene. Hey, Darlene.
Hi, how you doing, Prison Show? Thank you, like always, for keeping us connected to our loved ones. I finished work early just so I could do this shout out to my husband, Tokyo, my sweetheart, my one true love. I know that things are going crazy these past weeks and stuff, miscommunication and things like that, but always know to keep the faith, babe. Always hold on tight, stay strong, keep your head up. Don't ever doubt my love for you. That's why I'm on the Prison Show tonight, just to make sure you hear my voice, so my voice can give you peace. So you can hear it in my voice that I love you no matter what. And I'm always holding you down, and I'm always going to love you, Tokyo. I miss you a lot. I wish I could go see you this weekend, but, you have other plans, so no big deal. We'll see each other the following. This shout-out is out there to the Hughes unit in Gatesville. So to all the homeboys out there, too, keep y'all's heads up. Be good and keep the faith like always. I'm a little bit emotional today because I really miss my husband a lot. Things get hard, especially when they're doing a lot of time. But, I'm proving myself right now to shout it out through the radio waves so he could hear me that I'm really being sincere and true. And I'm still holding on no matter what. No matter how long it takes for him to get home, I'm still going to be right here waiting. We've been together 30 years, so that's a good minute. Yeah, so I'm not going nowhere. Let me just make that clear. And thank you so much, Prison Show, for letting me do this shout out to my loved one, my husband, my one true love, Tokyo, out there at the Hughes unit. I hope you hear me, baby. I hope you hear my voice, and you can call me or something, anything. Well, thank you so much, Prison Show. Y'all have a good weekend, and thank you, like always, like I said, for keeping us connected to our loved ones.
Well, thank you so much, Darlene.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Good night.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, now we have Patty.
Hey, the shout out is from Humberto at the Polinsky unit. Hey, mijo, just calling to say everything's good here. Well, as good as can be because it is really hot. It was 109 today.
Ooh.
So, yeah. That Valley Central reported that 3 people died in Bronzeville, elderly people from the heat. So, yeah, amigo, we're just trying to stay cool. Now, I think we're going fishing Sunday. I don't know how that's going to go. Odie and Josh went fishing last weekend to Freeport and caught like 30 redfish. I mean, oh, my God, some of them were really huge. But hopefully we'll have the same luck. I'm not betting on it, but I hope so. Anyway, mijito, I love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Patty. All right, Linda, do you have some shout-outs?
I do. I don't know if I left anybody off, but I had to make my list because I left it at home. Okay. I would give a shout-out to Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blair Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Carrie Allen, Britt Ripkowski, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, David Wood, Walter Sorto, Gregory Allen at the Dieball Unit, Bill Sims, Curtis Robertson, and Paper Cup, and what is it, Midget Titan. Yeah. Okay, at the Estelle Unit. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.
Okay, now I'm going to do some shout-outs, but I want to start off by saying I haven't gone through all of them, but I have several letters from the feds. And the first one I opened because, it said 1. Open this, it said 1. And it has this nice card, and it says, Dani, you're classy and sassy, smart and spicy. I love it. Thank you so much. I love these homemade cards. They're awesome. Thank you. And that came from Jeremiah Rodriguez in the Feds. Thank you so much. That was so nice. Now, my regular shout outs, to my best friend, one of my best friends, even though he can be a pain, Farron T, Big Head, Blaine. Hey Blaine, I posted our photo on the Facebook page for the prison show. Oh, and several of the men, I just hit me, have asked me about Blaine's mom. She is doing good. She is doing good. She just has to go to bed a little bit earlier, and also the section where they have Blaine right now, he cannot pick up the prison show very well. So anyway, Blaine Mayo, Rodrigo Toot, Leroy at the PAC unit, Michael Ferguson, Larry at the Huntsville unit, Kenneth Decker, Joel White, Leo Willis, Joe Don, Chucky at the WIN unit, Jay at the WIN unit, Bull at the Estelle unit, Paper Cup and Midget Titan, of course, and Rexalicious and CJ. Rexalicious. All right, now remember to call 713-526-5738 to donate. Hit number 1. To get on the air, hit option 2. Remember, it is the prison show. Y'all are going to get tired tonight of hearing us say that. Now, for a little bit of news, I know Chivas mentioned the riots. I was going to mention them tonight. The McConnell unit, it was pretty significant, and of course the Garza unit. Yeah, the heat is really getting to a lot of the men and women. I know that. We, however, welcome anyone who would like to get the word out about the heat. We want to get the word out about the heat to anyone who will listen. So the Gory unit, a few people asked me what was going on with the water. Well, the city was working on the water to the Gory unit, and this is coming directly from Director Dickerson. He said the city is still working with the TDCJ facility staff in trying to identify the issue. A pump has been ordered to help regain better flow, but it is still about a week out from delivery. The population continues to be checked on daily, and there is plenty of water for drinking, and there is still an ongoing water rotation to ensure toilets are flushed, showers are being conducted in all areas as well. Now, this came from Director Dickerson. I know people question whether, but he actually told this to the Texas Prisons Alliance, and we appreciate them getting the word out to everyone. But if you're at the Gory unit and you're not getting water, please let us know. And of course, I saw this earlier. On Sunday, August the 4th, Priscilla Ruiz was arrested for bringing in contraband items into a correctional facility. Ruiz was arrested by the Office of the Inspector General after correctional officers noticed Ruiz discard a plastic bag into a trash can at the front gate of the Clemens unit while visiting the facility. Upon inspecting the bag, officers found 3 unopened packs of Camel cigarettes and 1 can of Copenhagen snuff. So, yeah, they arrested her, and she is going to have a record now for cigarettes and snuff. Really. Are y'all awake in there?
Yeah, we're listening to you. You want me to talk back to you? I mean, what got me was the bubble gum and the sucker. Blow pop.
Yeah, blow pop.
You take all that risk for...
Yeah, and believe me, they do. They do. Which is ridiculous. Jeez. Okay, now, the Federal Prison Oversight Act passed through Congress. So, I guess I think that's the federal oversight.
Well, we got the feds listening to us now, so I thought that might be something they would be interested in.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Hey, guys. Hey.
So how many guys are actually listening to us?
I don't know.
You've gotten letters from what, 2 different guys?
Let me see. Oh, I did get
Beaumont.
A letter from... Yeah, we got quite a few for Lisa Martinez Brat, so I'm going to be...
You going to scan those? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to scan those to her. But no, it's just the one guy from the feds.
Huh. I swear I thought you had a second letter.
Maybe Linda stole it from me.
Yeah, Linda did get something from the feds. Maybe it was who got the second one.
No, I have it right here.
Ah.
No, it's the same guy.
Huh.
Yeah, but he made a fantastic card for me. And he said, I made it myself. He said, I made it myself. And I love it. Thank you. We appreciate when y'all make homemade cards for us, paintings, anything like that. We appreciate it so much. And I guess we did get a couple of pledges. Chris and Connie, thank you very much. And of course, David and Dee Dee. So I guess they took you up on that, huh, David?
Well, Chris and Connie did a little bit more than what I asked for, so I went ahead and made my payment for.
Well, we appreciate
We
them.
appreciate it. I mean, it means a lot to us.
It really does. We appreciate anyone who donates the small amount, the $3 a month, or the $10,000 a month. We appreciate those too.
$10,000 a month? That'd be cool. I thought we did good whenever we got $6,000 for the year, let alone $10,000 a month. Which listener is that? I want to go thank them personally.
I remember when I first started with the prison show, Hank wanted to give out dinners with you and him.
Yeah, we've offered all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've got a lot of clips of Ray. We could make you a ringtone with Ray going holler down the pipe chase and rattle the bars, or, you want to go out and have coffee? Just tell me when and where. Make your donation. Hank was actually naming prices for different things. I think coffee was like $50, dinner was $100, but then you got to pay for the dinner. We're not taking the dinner out of the $100 because then KPFT wouldn't get nothing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we could get creative if that's what you want. But I mean, we've got our opening, and we can make a ringtone for you. We got Charlie and the Regrets music. We can make a ringtone out of that. And I'm sure if you asked, I bet Charlie Harrison would have dinner with us. So, but all the prison show, we could all go down to, what's the name of that place that we used to go to all the time? Do you guys still go there? Down in Midtown?
Oh, no.
No, you don't go there anymore?
No,
Where's your favorite place now?
We like Barnaby's. There's a few places that we like.
You ever go to BB's? The new BB's that's right there across from Katz's?
No, we haven't. The one that used to be by the old station.
Yeah, well, that's so small.
I didn't like the food, though.
Oh, well, I love the food, and they're all over town now. But most of them close early, but this one down here that's on Montrose, right across from the Katz's, and they stay open all night. So they got the best gumbo in town.
Yeah, I had their gumbo, but I'm from Louisiana, and their gumbo was not good.
That's the best I've had besides the one I made. So I'm not sure who you made with, but I ate a lot of gumbo.
I'm from Louisiana.
Well, I'm just saying. Some people make good gumbo, some people don't.
I'm a coon ass. No, I've had gumbo everywhere, and trust me, that was not. Maybe I got it on a bad night, but I didn't want to go back.
They also had that particular location has breakfast, so you can have grits and shrimp and all kinds of neat stuff that some of the other locations don't have.
I didn't know that they were all over.
Yeah, they got one in the Heights. They've got one. They got two of them on Westheimer. One on Alabama, in River Oaks. Now they got one out in Kingwood or the Woodlands, whatever it is.
No, it's Kingwood. It's on 59.
And there's one on 249. I guess you call that Spring Cypress. Because it's right there at like Louetta, just past Louetta, between Louetta and Jones.
Well, thank you, Gloria. Thank you. We appreciate your donation. And we're sitting here talking about all this food.
You can see them. I don't have mine up. You're cheating.
I am cheating. You put it on my screen. It's on my big screen right in front of me.
It was weird because yours said Gloria and mine didn't. Woohoo!
Oh.
Now mine says Gloria also.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, then how did that work?
Just different screens. I mean, some computers are faster than others, I reckon.
Hey.
I reckon.
Reckon?
Yep. So for a slow night, it's actually been a pretty good show. I know Dani gets so excited and he goes overtime. And I love Dani. That's my brother from another mother.
Yeah, he's awesome. He does. He gets, yeah.
And he does so much, you know. I mean, I'm really proud of him. He made a career out of, taking his past, and now he's I guess you call him a peer educator, right?
I would, yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what he is. I mean, he goes down to the VA and hangs out with the dudes and just shares his life. He's taken his personal experiences and made a career out of it. And, man, that's what you got to do. I mean, he wanted to be a man. I didn't know he wanted to be a mailman. That was pretty cool. But I'm kind of glad that didn't work out because I think he does a lot better what he's doing now because those guys really need some assistance. And if he says he can help you, if you want to come out and be sober, trust me, he can help you.
Yes. He doesn't just talk it.
No, he's really involved in St. John's down there. He's doing a lot down there at St. John's. As a matter of fact, I think he got a title. I seen it the last week or something, and they're calling him director now. Woohoo! Something else to add to. And he helps pay my check, too. So he's a member at Planet Fitness. So.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. I see him all the time. Matter of fact, the last time he was on, the picture that I had on there, he was working out at Planet Fitness. But he'll send me texts every now and then. He'll be like he goes to different ones. He'll be up at Humboldt or down off of Fondren, or he just send me a picture wherever he's at.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He just goes to different ones?
Yeah, he's got the black card, so wherever he's at, and he just decides he needs to work out, he'll whoop up into the Planet Fitness and go work out. So, I mean, you never know. You might be sitting in traffic somewhere, and you know you're not going to get out anywhere, so you can go in and work out for 30 minutes and let the traffic die down.
No, well, I didn't look at it like that. Of course, I'm not a member of a...
Planet Fitness?
No. I like the sauna too much.
Well, we don't have a sauna and we don't have swimming pools, but we've got hydro beds and massage chairs and then, of course, all the different equipment. And some of the clubs are older and some of the clubs are brand new. We just opened one on Lakewood right there at 249. 249 Louetta. They're calling it Cypress Lakewood or something like that. But it's brand new. I was looking at all the power mills, and it's just a lot of equipment. But, I mean, that's good if that's what you want to do. We were talking up in Chicago, they actually give out haircuts and shine your shoes. But they don't do that in Houston.
They should.
Well, it's a different culture up there. Everybody wears fancy shoes. They're in the city. They got their suit on and all that stuff, so they need to keep their shoes shine. But it would be nice if they did. I think we'd get a lot more clients if they actually cut hair and shine shoes. But how many people in Houston wear shoes where you have to shine? I guess they wear boots, right?
Probably.
But not everybody.
No, not everyone. I think it's a more relaxed atmosphere down here.
Yeah, everybody wears tennis shoes or Crocs.
Oh, for God. Those damn Crocs.
I see a lot of Crocs.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
And they got those button things you put on them, too.
I know.
They got a name for it. What do you call those things?
I don't know. Foul? That's one word.
And you're not talking about like the bird either, right?
No, I'm not talking about the bird. My girl that was doing my pedicure had those white ones with the little buttons on them. I was like, really? Really? They're everywhere.
Yeah, well, I got to be honest. I got some Batman things on my Crocs.
But you have Crocs. That says...
I think everybody wears Crocs these days.
Not I.
I even got Dee Dee up here. Dee Dee always talked bad about them, said she'd never wear them, and then she'd wear these flip-flops, and she ends up slipping because the flip-flops are slippery when it's wet outside. And I told her if you had...
So are Crocs.
Crocs aren't slippery. And as a matter of fact, Crocs got little things in the bottom of it to actually grip your foot. And whenever you buy a brand new pair of Crocs, I'm ticklish. So I go around giggling until I get used to them.
Oh, my God.
Well, they're little bumps inside the Croc, and it grips your foot, but it actually tickles. So.
Okay. So we've gone from swamp ass at the beginning to we're ending the show with Crocs.
And speaking of ending the show, I got to find... Rico Black's going to be in here. Yeah, I just got a text from Joe Donaldson, the finger guy.
You may want to reword that.
The finger guy? Every time I see him, he's traveling somewhere and he's got that one finger up.
Yeah, we may want to elaborate because we didn't elaborate the last time we said the finger guy. And
What, they thought we were flipping the bird?
No.
Where were they putting the finger at?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Captain Tom was talking about pushing buttons and whatnot. So, anyway, the Housetonian with DJ Rico Black's coming up, and he plays some house music with some funky jams. And y'all tune in and get your funk on. I mean, he's a real cool dude. Hey man, I jam on the way home. I'm on the bike tonight. I'm gonna crank it up as loud as I can. I'm always playing country music, so whenever I go home on a Friday night, I get to listen to that house music, and it's funky. So y'all tune in with DJ Rico Black. And in the meantime, we're going to go out with Charlie and the Regrets, if I can find the right button. I'm going to let...
Well, have a great weekend, everyone, and thank you for the donations tonight.
All right. Have a good night.
See you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing Come show me more. In my dreams I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. To the men with no